Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to make your very first iPhone app for the App Store. So here here I will show you how to install the IDE recommended, how to program the app programming language for it, and how to use the IDE Xcode. So for now, what we need to do is go to the App Store because everything that you need is in Xcode. Like everything that you need to create an app, you will need Xcode. And also, Xcode only runs on the Mac, so you will need Mac on VirtualBox, or you could build a Hackintosh, but you certainly need OS X to run Xcode. Or the simplest solution, buy a Mac. So, on your App Store, type in Xcode. So wait for that to search up. Here is Xcode Developers Tools. I can update mine if I want, but I don't need to. So I have Xcode 7.1, as you can see here. This is Xcode 7.2, which is the latest version available. There seems to be some bad reviews of the latest version, but this is the IDE that you need to make 2D games, 3D games, and amazing apps, as you can see here. So when you install that, I already have it installed, so I don't have to jump through that. So let's see, this is what you'll get when you first open up Xcode. In the latest version, if you're using a different version, like Xcode 6 or 5 or 4 or 3, things will look a little bit different, but the ones like 4 and 3 are so outdated that you probably need 5 and up to be dated with the tutorial. So as you can see, I already have a bunch of projects that I made, like a bunch of games that I created. But if you have it for the first time, this right side will be empty because you haven't created any games yet. So first things first, this is what you'll get when you open it up for the first time. So click on Create a New Xcode project to start it up. Here we have here you can choose to create an app for Watch OS, TV OS, or for OS X itself. Or you can choose other if you want. But for this, I'm going to show you how to make it for iOS. So this is a I'm sorry. So this is this is OS for iPhones, obviously. And you can choose master detail application, a page based, which I'll tell you right now. It is a starting page where it's like you're reading a book. So when you like turn the page, that's the effect that you will get. Single view application is what I'll be using because that is like a black canvas for you to build whatever you can imagine. So I'll choose single view application, an application under iOS, and hit next. Here I can name it. You can name it anything you want. So I'll just call it tutorial. And make sure I'm gonna show you Objective C. So make sure it's Objective C. And you can choose any if you want to. I'll choose iPhone and click next. Save it anywhere you want. And now we have created our project. Here we have the capabilities tab, resource tags, info, build settings. So if you want to link up your developer account to this thing, you can do it here. And build phases is where you can add your framework in. So if you want to add music, you'd click plus and click audio toolbox. If you want to add music in, just click add. And now you notice we have our framework added. So we'll do vcontroller.h, which are header files. So in Objective-C, .h and .m, H is header files, M is implementation files. Now, header files, they store what you have declared. So if you want, for example, if I declare an image, for example, it's stored now. Implementation files, you code what happens to the image. So like you code like if this code is running, you do this. So this is where all the code literally goes in. So .h here. So if you want to import the framework so that it knows that the framework exists, do hashtag import and do the one with the less than symbol and the more than symbol, and type in audio toolbox slash audio toolbox.h. And for example, let's do a all right, I forgot to introduce the main.storyboard. This is where you do this is where you design your interface, like your iPhone apps interface. Like, see, as you can see in the App Store here, we selected the main. He selected the main.storyboard, and this is where you design. You put your pictures in, your buttons in, anything you want. So that's it. That's pretty much it for the main storyboard. So I will show some. If you want to add another view controller, so if you want to make it so that when you click on this button, it will take you to this one. It's really easy. So I'll drag in a button, and we're gonna do a test button. Now to do that, you have to control click or right click and drag it to the second view and select modal. So let me test. So I'll test it as we go on. So if we put hello world on this, and to make it fit on the view, because we're using iPhone 6, the size will be the 5.5 inch. Or both of these. I'll put this back here and this back here. So to make it portrait, click your project, general, and untick landscape left and landscape right, so that our app is only in portrait mode. So when I click play, the iOS simulator will be portrait. So wait for that. Okay, yeah, that might be a little bit too big, because test button. See how it took us to hell? It took us to the second view controller, which was here, which is why we did modal. And what else should I introduce to you? Okay, this stuff that you'll need are view controller, labels, buttons. These are like the main things that you need. Oh, and image views. So this is the image. So if, for example, let's say I import an image in, so I put this background inside. Oops, I forgot to put supporting files. Drag it in, and I'll tick copy items if needed and finish, so that now when I click this and drop down the little box and select game background, this is the image that I put inside the game. So now when I click the play button, see, it will build succeed again. Now as you can see, my image is inside the project. Now I'll show you a few more. So let's do let's right click this and add a new file. And Cocoa Touch class, because they will have the this will generate .h and .m files, same, they're basically the same, just for the second view. So we're going to do second view. You can call this whatever you wanted to call it, and make sure language is Objective-C. Make sure XIB file is unticked, because we're working with the storyboard. So click next and save it in our projects folder. Main.storyboard again, and click the top so it's highlighted blue, as you can see here, and you will have these three buttons, which are first responder, exit, and view controller. Right, so when you do that, go to your third tab alone until you see custom class. Drop down the little box again and press second view. So now we can do the main coding here. So to start off code, you have to do parentheses and do that. To import your framework, just do the same thing. Less than symbol, greater than symbol, audio toolbox. Now do less than, audio. Oops, sorry about that. You don't actually need to do anything with that. Okay. So now we're going to do I need to do something? Nope, see, doesn't have a declare. Okay. Now here's where you declare your IB outlets. So IB outlets UI image view space asterisk, and this is going to be let's call this image, and same with our label, which is our hello world. I remember we did something like add banner view. Nope, we don't need that because that's for I add. Do that. And to link it up, go to your connections inspector, which is the right, and link up hello. Oops, did I do so? No, hello world goes to the label. Sorry. Image. That's it. So we go hop over to implementation files, and then in our view did load, we will do first image dot hidden. To hide it, it'll be equal a yes, and our hello world dot hidden equals yes. So let me show you what happens. Simulator. Just wait for that to load up. Okay. You see how nothing shows up because we did yes. So if we did no and play again, so the build has succeeded. Now you notice it shows again because we set it to no. So there is also your launch screen. So it's like when you first open your application, you'll see a picture or anything you want to put. And yes, I will. Yeah, that's basically pretty much it. Last thing I'll show you is the debug menu, which can tell you which crashed your application. And you can see your bundle identifier, your versions. This is really important if you're gonna submit an app to the App Store. This bundle identifier is really important, very important. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is also just showing you around Xcode 7. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.